This is KVUE News Midday.
This morning, we're seeing new video moments after a student was arrested for a knife attack on the UT campus. We hear from the man who helped take down the suspect.
And the latest on the fallout over President Trump's firing of James Comey, what the now former FBI director is urging the department to do.
And also, rain shower chances continue today. Good news, there's sunshine on the way. I'll let you know exactly when it arrives.
Good morning, I'm Anna Reyes.
And I'm Yvonne Nava. Now today, the Senate is hearing from the new acting FBI director, Andrew McCabe. And this, of course, after James Comey was fired from the position.
New details on his dismissal continue to emerge. ABC's Lana Zach is at the Capitol with the latest.
Less than 24 hours after firing the man leading the investigation into Russian meddling, President Trump welcomed Russia's ambassador and foreign minister to the White House. Trump laughing with the Russians in the Oval Office and then commenting on why he fired FBI Director James Comey.
Because he wasn't doing a good job, very simply. He was not doing a good job.
James Comey writing his former FBI colleagues, quote, "I'm not going to spend time on the decision or the way it was executed. I hope you won't either. It is done. I will be fine. Although I will miss you and the mission deeply." The sudden decision less than a week after the White House said the president had confidence in Comey, but now a different story.
The president had lost, again, like I said, he'd lost confidence in Director Comey, and frankly, he'd been considering letting Director Comey go since the day he was elected.
ABC News has learned just days before he was fired, Comey requested more resources from the Department of Justice for the Russia investigation. But Comey's firing only raising more questions.
Obviously, when you have a president fire the FBI director, when there's an active investigation going on, then there are questions that need to be answered.
The White House pinning the sudden decision on how Comey handled the Clinton investigation in July of last year, and a recommendation from Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein.
Was the reason for the firing what was written by the Deputy Attorney General? Is that why he did it?
That was, I think, the final piece that moved the president to make that quick and decisive action yesterday.
ABC News has learned Rosenstein was so upset with the White House for putting Comey's firing on him that he was on the verge of resigning. Democrats are now insisting a special prosecutor take over the Russia investigation, even postponing all Senate hearings yesterday to make a point. And now at least one Republican is considering it. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
All right, now let's go outside, live over Austin. Ooh, doesn't look that nice. Seems a little muggy out there. Let's get a look at what we're tracking with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez. I'm sorry, there's no way to sugarcoat that. It doesn't look pretty.
No, that's not, and that's the perfect way to describe it. Extra muggy. Dew points are in the upper 60s. We have lots of lower 70 dew points out there in the viewing area. Also, on top of that, temperatures are quite warm in the lower 80s, 77 for Camp Mabry right now. Still a calm southeast wind in our region. And notice we have some isolated showers that are firing up. The eastern counties and the hill country have mainly been the areas that have seen some rain shower activity so far. Here are these very small cells, but with periods of moderate rain pushing through our eastern counties right now. Moving towards Warda, also Round Top, Burton, you're included in some light shower activity that you could be seeing for a moment there. Temperatures right now mid to upper 70s. Your dew points, this is what I'm talking about, very saturated. LaGrange, your dew points are in the mid 70s, almost oppressive dew points out there. We're going to continue to talk about rain shower chances and also the sun that's headed our way. By tomorrow, I'll break down the details in your full forecast. Back to you.
Well, KVUE has obtained exclusive new video of the moments after 4 University of Texas students were attacked on campus last week. Take a look. We're also hearing from the man who helped police take down the accused killer. You can hear the UT-PD officer tell Kendricks White to drop the knife. It was a large Bowie-style weapon. The man behind the camera then goes inside to see White on the ground getting cuffed. Yakov Leva took this video. He was cooking in a food truck on campus when he heard panicked people. He turned around. He saw White stab the 4th victim right in front of their truck. That's when, instead of running or hiding, he jumped out of the truck and followed White.
He didn't have a facial expression. Like, he was emotionless. He didn't seem like he was sorry for what he had done. He seemed like he was something normal, like, oh well, like, you know, I did what I what I was doing, and that was it. You know, he was just blank, and that bugged me a lot.
For a full look at that entire exclusive video, check out our website, KVUE.com. Freshman UT student Harrison Brown died in the attack. This is a wrong video here. Now, according to court documents, White stabbed Brown in the chest. 3 other students were injured. They all have been released from the hospital.
Today, we are hearing from the suspects' parents. Kenneth and Shantina White are still trying to understand how their son, Kendrix White, went from being a high school scholar to an accused killer. They did say they noticed something was wrong after his DWI arrest last month.
I don't even know how to put it into words. This is not the child that we know.
Just wasn't himself. You know, you asked him a question and the answer was just erratic. There was no reasoning to his answer.
They took their son to the ER. That led to his involuntary commitment in a psychiatric ward. The Whites say they are devastated and heartbroken both for their son and the people he is accused of stabbing. Kendrix White is still in the Travis County Jail this morning. The 21-year-old has been formally charged with his murder and is being held on a $1 million bond. According to arrest documents, White told police he didn't remember what happened that afternoon.
11:06 is your time, and a train derailment in Manor has shut down the intersection of Palmer and Old Highway 20, and the road won't open back up until 5 o'clock tonight. The derailment happened just after 2 o'clock this morning. Department of Public Safety says 3 rail cars overturned. The cars were carrying fertilizer and gravel. They say the intersection will be closed until late this evening, and because of that, well, they have to bring in a large crane to remove those train cars. So it's going to take some time. Officials do not know of a cause. There were no injuries. Well, happening right now, Texas 811 is holding a demonstration on what happens when a gas line is punctured.
That's right. Hundreds of area contractors are gathering at Dove Springs Recreation Center in southeast Austin for an excavator safety fair. And that's where we find KVUE's Corey Coffin for us live this midday. Corey?
A very good morning to both of you. We've all heard the stories on the news about what can happen when someone punctures a gas line. Buildings can be leveled. It can be deadly. It can come without warning. That's what demonstrations like these are for today, so that contractors can avoid a deadly mistake. Now, since you typically can't see gas when you hit a line, the Texas Gas Service has added lime to a pressurized container so that contractors can see just how much gas spews into the air when it's hit. Many contractors don't know that they must call 811 at least 2 days ahead of any digging so that experts can come out and mark all the lines. Now, it is law past 16 inches, but you really should call anyways, no matter what kind of digging you're doing. If a contractor does hit a line, it's important that everyone leave the area immediately, call 911, and then call 811.
Do not attempt to repair the damage, and do not cover the damage up. A lot of people think that they're helping by putting dirt back on top, but that actually makes the situation worse for our crews and the fire department when they come in.
Now, if the puncture is untouched, experts can contain the situation because the gas is venting straight into the air. But trying to fix it or cover it typically spreads the gas into places unknown. Now, the Austin Fire Department also held a demonstration on kitchen fires and the importance of smothering that fire instead of using water. You know, water will just make the fire worse. Depending on its size, you can either use an extinguisher, baking soda, or even cover it with a baking sheet. Lots of different demonstrations out here today. Lots of information being given to these contractors out here today. They'll be out here till about noon. And remember, 811 is actually a free service. So all the contractors out there who avoid 811, you actually could help with not only getting that free service, but also avoiding hundreds of dollars in fees in case you make a mistake. We're live out here in southeast Austin. I'm Corey Coffin for KVUE News. Guys, back to you.
Thank you. Well, we are seeing terrifying new video this midday. How everyone involved is doing today after this motorcycle crash.
And measles cases are on the rise. Doctors say it's because fewer children are being vaccinated, why many are skipping the shots.